Breaking news for you now, coming out of Iran. This is according to Iranian state television. They're reporting that the helicopter carrying President Ibrahim Raisi has had what they're calling a hard landing. A helicopter carrying President Ibrahim Raisi of Iran has had a hard landing. That's according to Iranian state television.
State TV says the incident happened near Jalfa, a city on the border with Azerbaijan. State media is also saying that difficult weather conditions in the area are hindering efforts to locate the helicopter.
The helicopter is believed to have been crossing the mountainous area of Dizma near the shared border in harsh weather conditions and heavy fog. The Iranian Interior Minister said the helicopter was part of a convoy of 3 and that the 2 others carrying ministers and officials had arrived safely at their destination.
Various rescue teams are on their way to the region, but because of the poor weather and fogginess, it may take some time for them to reach the helicopter.
Authorities said they were awaiting further details, with no news yet on Raisi's condition.
From the rescue workers giving statements that there is no sign of life which has been detected from the wrecked part of the helicopter which has been detected there. Now the geopolitical ramifications, if you see the last couple of weeks, the kind of incidents which happened. One, India signed a 10-year maintenance deal of the Chabahar port with Iran. US expressed its displeasure over that.
Ghazali,
before that, we also see that how the situation between
Hold that thought, Ghazali. We're going to come back to you in a moment. We're told this is the footage that we're getting courtesy Meher News at the moment of the moment the chopper was found at the crash site. So this is a video that shows the moment when the wreckage was actually found. Remember, there's been a very extensive rescue and search operation that was launched. There believed to have been no survivors in the chopper. The Iranian president at the moment is feared dead. There's of course no official word yet on that, but this is the moment, Vedant, we're told, when the rescuers actually discovered the chopper that was carrying the Iranian president and the Iranian foreign minister. Ghazali, sorry we had to interrupt you there, but that was very important footage that we were getting in. You were telling us about the larger geopolitical ramifications for the region.
See, we know that how the situation between Israel and Iran escalated in the last 6 months. Their active involvement with Hamas, with Hezbollah, with Houthis, and Israel and Iran have been hostile to each other for decades. But the back channel talks were going on between US and Iran as well, which led to the de-escalation between Iran and Israel. And Iran was trying to kind of develop good relations, or say to stabilize its relations with US as well, despite giving overt threats in the media and all. But now this particular incident, the helicopter crash and the death of 2 senior officials, the president and the foreign minister, people will have to wait to see the kind of reaction which comes in from Iran, because some experts are also saying that we'll have to see who the successor is because Mr. Raisi was also seen as the successor to the supreme leader of Iran, Mr. Ayatollah Khamenei. And now we'll have to see that who succeeds him, because as per the constitution, the first vice president of Iran will be appointed the president, and then within 16 days the elections will have to be held. But as far as the geopolitical ramifications are concerned, we have seen that how multiple reports have emerged in the last few months of suppression of independent voices from Iran. We saw those women's movement from Iran which was suppressed by the forces there, and it was all being done under the leadership of Mr. Raisi, who happened to be the president. So we'll have to see whether there will be any reaction of the civil movement within Iran, how Israel is going to react to the reports, how US is going to react to the reports, because most of the Arab world as well as Russia, European Union since yesterday have shown a kind of support for Iran as far as this rescue operation was concerned. But we'll have to see that whether Iran's official, when Iran's official statement comes in to say that what they believe is the reason behind the crash. Is it just the inclement weather or is it something else as well?
This is Daniel 2:20. Daniel answered and said, Blessed be the name of Yahweh forever and ever, for wisdom and might are his, and he changeth times and the seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise, and knowledge to them that know understanding. Shalom, Kahala Yahweh, B'Hashem Yashai, B'Hashem Rakal Kodash. Double honors my teachers, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to the elect, where the house of David reborn again in this generation. And Shalom to the 130 Yasharallah, who today are known as the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, who before losing our true heritage, we were known as, and still are, the true Hebrew Israelites of the Holy Bible. In today's lesson, we're going to cover the news that is coming out of Iran regarding their now confirmed deceased president, Ibrahim Raisi. Now, for those who are unaware, the Iranians are known as the Persians in the Bible. Okay, and we all should understand, those at least following the news and the Bible, should understand that Iran or Persia takes part of a very big role in end time prophecy. Namely, they are one of the joining forces that's going to come up against the beast and the whore of Babylon, right? The beast being the NATO and EU powers, and the whore of Babylon being America. Now, the reason I read that scripture is because we have to remember, right, regardless of what comes to light within the next couple of weeks regarding this incident, be it that it was an accident, which I highly doubt, because you got to remember, this isn't just any helicopter, and this isn't just any man. This is the president of a sovereign nation that has been around for hundreds of years. Okay, their leadership is well taken care of. Okay, and don't believe the hype and the propaganda of American news about Iran being a backwards country. They have highly sophisticated weapon systems, military, and capabilities at their disposal. That being said, this helicopter wasn't just some rust bucket barely flying. No, it was a well-maintained and likely a state-of-the-art aircraft. The point being is, for that helicopter to fall out of the sky like that, it likely was hit, or it was gross negligence or an accident of grand proportions that caused that helicopter to crash. Now, besides this president, these are the 4 people of note that died on this helicopter, right? When you read about it, it's the president himself, Ibrahim Raisi, Foreign Minister Hussein Amir Abdohan, Governor of East Azerbaijan, Prince Malik Ramadi, and Tabriz Imam Mohammed Ali Al-Hassim. So basically a priest and the governor of another country just north of Iran, right there at the Caucasus Mountains. Now, for these 2 people, though it's, a sad thing when a life is lost, though they may not be as important, but this definitely makes the impact of this a lot larger. Well, this country, they're fairly neutral when it comes to the stance of just getting in the wars, but they are on Ukraine's side. They've help them with their military airplanes and just military supplies, and also they're tied close to Israel. I believe they supply them energy or something, but they were in trouble a while ago by the Arab nations because they wouldn't condemn Israel, and that's more likely why Iran was meeting with them, just because I'm sure Iran wants to get as many people on their side when they do come up against Israel and the NATO powers. But that being said, this issue, if it is found to have, connections to Israel or America, the UK, any kind of clandestine organization like the CIA and Mossad, is going to blow things up, right? Things are going to go crazy, and that's because not only did the president of Iran get attacked, but also an ally or a perceived ally of Israel. Okay, so the point being is that there's a lot of biting teeth when it comes to this event, because there's a lot at stake here, right? The president, Iran's president, could either have been assassinated, or like right now it's estimated that was an accident. But either way, what this is going to bring forth is change, and that's what that scripture in Daniel was all about. Remember, regardless if this is an act of maliciousness or an act of God, it signifies that change is coming. Okay, there's going to be a new president. You heard the Indian news reporter say that in 16 days, that's going to be in June, you're going to have an election being held for the new president of Iran. And with that change, especially during that time of June, if you have been watching the news, June is when Germany is going to release their new draft policies, right? And also I think UK is going to announce around June or July that they're already at war with Russia, and also update their draft policy. So there's a lot of movement coming up in the summer. It's going to be a hot summer, Akim. So with events like this, the Lord is definitely moving around the chess pieces, because again, this guy here, he may not have been, obviously he wasn't wanted by Yahweh to be in this position when things go down. This is why he was removed. Okay, we know that the Lord is setting things into position right now. We see it with the prophecies coming to pass, and this man's passing may have been a needed evil to forward the Iranians from coming out. This is Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. And like I said, this man may not have been to the liking of Yahweh's will, and he will bring somebody in that is going to perform his task and to fulfill prophecy, because one of the major prophecies about Iran can be found here in 2nd Ezra 15-28. Behold, a horrible vision and an appearance thereof from the east, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon the earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. Also the Carmenians, these are the Iranians, raging in wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians, and then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature, and if they shall turn themselves, conspiring together in great power to persecute them. So there's going to be a major onslaught from the Arab countries along with the Iranians. And the thing to note here about the Iranians, which are referred to here as the Carmenians, they're going to be raging in wrath. And that right there, when you consider it, right, raging means going crazy, and wrath is basically anger, crazy anger. So what's going to cause these Iranians to be so hopped up, to be raging in wrath? Well, look at what's been going on with the Iranian people the last couple of years. When you go back to Donald Trump's presidency, one of the major generals, Hussein Kalamani, I believe, I forgot his name, but they assassinated him. And there's been a lot of nuclear scientists who have been getting killed and other prominent figures who have been getting assassinated. And guess what? The president is a pretty big deal. The only other bigger figures in Iran that you could assassinate would be the religious leadership there. Now, this right here, the events going on, let's say that it is found out that this president was assassinated, that's definitely something to get the people of Iran to be raging in wrath, okay? Because again, these prophecies have to play out. So you remember, when we see events like this, understand that it's all for a reason, and it's all hurling everybody into World War III, which we're shortly coming across from the looks of the news. This is Revelations 11 and 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. So John, seeing that vision, the Lord showed him all these things that came to pass, just like he showed all the other prophets who commented on the end world events and the great war to come, right? Just like Ezra had seen the Iranians coming out from the east, just along with the Arabs, the children of Ishmael. John also seen here how these issues were happening in a fast progression. And when you look on the large scale of things in a timeline, this, along with all of the other events that has caused us to reach this point, have all happened in a very quick time frame, right? When you consider things, look at what happened in 9/11. That was over 20 plus years ago, Akim, right? These devils have changed around America and the world in a short time. And that's, prophecy, because the devil knows that they have but a short time. But either way, I'm sure we're going to hear a lot more about this, but I just wanted to share, give a fuller picture, and let you, Akim, know, man, we got to keep watching, and things are about to get hot around here. So hopefully this video was edifying. Till next time, I want to give all honor and glory and praises to Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem Rakok Radash, Shalom.